Catch 'em all.
What's going on YouTube? Making the stage 1 intake video with the PRL. It's just a filter, so what we're doing here is we're replacing this portion right here with a different tube, which is this right here. So this will be right here. So for the first part, I already did it, but all you need to do is get a Phillips head. I recommend using a impact driver. To the lowest setting, you don't need that much power to break these bolts loose. Just right here, you just take off these two bolts right here, Phillips heads, and then after you take it out, you can just wiggle it out on this side first and then do the side after. And then after that, you're gonna do the same with the Phillips heads here. Just loosen them, and then you're gonna unbolt these. I believe these are 10 millimeters or 8. I haven't actually tried it yet, so we'll get to that. And then for this portion right here, this is a 10 millimeter bolt. So I recommend you use one of these ratcheting wrenches, or you could use a regular one. I recommend this one. So I'm just gonna go this way and do it like that. I already loosened them, so just do that, and then down in here too, just loosen that one as well, and you should be good. And then once this part right here is out, you can take this piece out, and that's the same thing. It's just installed. The tube, putting the tube in itself is kind of difficult. I don't know why. But my best bet for you guys is to put this portion in first, and then kind of like twist it around to get it onto over here, because once you get this part in, it's kind of like difficult to get it in there. So I was just turning it around to get it onto this one. And you might, before you put the clamps on, you might want to loosen them before you put these on. And then also when you do it, pull these clamps down, and then this one can't really go far. So just get it to like right here, and then this one's gonna have to come off because this part right here was the most hardest part to get on. So basically what I did was I turned it up, side up, and then I had to kind of like push this in a little bit and then kind of work it and keep it like in there, like held down to get it into here. So now all I gotta do left is just clamp it down with a flathead, and I'm gonna use the impact for that. Then for this part, because I was doing that turning, I forgot that there was a clamp on here, so it fell down in here. So I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna get that out before I can install this part. So I took this part off just because I was turning it around, and this, all you gotta do is put it right here, in here, and then when I get to that part, I'll show you guys. But it's pretty straightforward. So the next thing to do before I get over to the air box, when you're putting this in, you're gonna want to put the screws in, and then back here you're gonna be careful. So use 2 hands when you're going back here, and then just kind of guide it in there, and then you can use I recommend the wrenches. So I use the ratcheting wrench that I have, and that's a 10 millimeter, just in case you guys forgot. You're gonna want to just kind of evenly put them back in, and then once you're getting to the tighten, just tighten it down, tighten this down, and you'll be good. So it has a good seal with it. And then when you're done with everything, you can go ahead and tighten all these clamps down, and you'll be good. Now you just gotta go to this, and with that, yeah, sorry about that, guys. So with that, we got this filter right here. This is gonna go in here. This is like a high flow one from PRL. Again, I'm waiting for that stage 2 one with the cone filter, which I prefer more, but this is what we're using for now. So all you're gonna do is just want to click these clamps, push these down. What you want to do is just keep this loosened. Before I said just tighten them all down, you might want to just loosen this one if you already tightened it. Loosen this one, and then when you push these 2 clamps down right here, you can lift it up and it'll just come right off. And then the filter was right here. Take that out. Mine's just starting to get dirty a little bit. I mean, my car only has, I think, 1,200 miles. I got it at brand new. So all you're gonna want to do is, let me just make sure. So you see these little tabs right here. You're gonna want to put it the same way it came out, so just flip over like that, and it's matching, and then you can just put it in there. Just sneak it up in there. It should be good. Alright, and then you can put this one back down in there. I'm gonna get back to you guys. I only have one hand. I don't have my headband that I usually have. Okay, to make everything easier, so before you even install this tube, like I said in the beginning, you're gonna want to take this off, and then that way you'll be able to just slide this through, and it'll probably make everything like this part easier to put in, putting this in easier. And then at the end, after you get the filter in there, you can close this up, pull this, slide this into this tube, and then now you can tighten everything down. After you're done putting the filter in, the only issue I had is you gotta kind of, now you can't just throw it in there, you have to like kind of squish it in and then have it like seal around the whole box itself, and then you can slide it back in, because on the back of the air box there's two little tabs that I hate to slide back into position, which I was having trouble with because the air filter kept on coming up. So just try to be wary of that. You just got to slide it right back in, and then you can put it down and then put these clips back up, and you should be good. I'm gonna do some sounds right now for you guys. That's the install. So pretty much I'll give it like easy to a little bit of medium, just to do a little bit of things. Now I did figure out a better way for you guys to do the install. So basically the easier way than what I showed you guys. I just went off of other people how they did it, so I just did it that way. But I think the easier way to do it is to remove the air box first. For installing this itself, doing the removal, I would follow those steps, but to install, get the air box removed first, for that, and then get the air filter in there, get the tube, this portion here, installed first, and then get this routed in there, get that routed in here, and then from there you can close this air box while putting this tube inside, and then you're all set after that. But overall, with the sounds you guys are gonna hear in a second, I'm actually impressed. This sounds good. It does make a more of a whish sound, so at higher RPMs, but at the lower RPMs it just sounds like stock, which is, I mean, it's alright. I like it. I haven't driven it yet, so I'll do some videos on that in the future. Just upload that randomly. I actually do have other plans for this car, so gonna end the video here, guys. If you guys have any questions, just leave me a comment and I'll comment back to you as soon as possible. We'll talk with my SI in a different video.